I think the first time we visited the glasswork here in Denizli, I was amazed by all the skilled craft people. It was a coincidence how I started with the material glass. I'm from a suburb to Stockholm, and there I met the person in an old trashy parking lot, and she had a necklace made out of glass, like a big lump. And I wonder, oh, that looks amazing, where did you get it from? And she said she made it herself in this craft school in Orrefors, the southern part of Sweden. I guess I was a very angry teenager and I wanted to change how things look. I was very sensitive for material and for material language. I wanted to change how everything looked, and the easiest things to start with is yourself, your clothes, the way you look, and if you look in different ways, how do people actually interact and treat you? So that was to explore the way I looked was the first way for me to understand how to communicate and to understand each other through material language. And that lump of glass kind of opened a gate for me, like opened to a new universe. Since I'm also a glass blower myself and I have a small furnace in my studio, I did a art piece with a lot of bubbles. I was familiar with the Şişecam, and I think that was something that happened, that I was present here. I couldn't send the instruction. You have to interact and be like eye to eye and be in direct contact with the craft people. So being present here at the glasswork in Denizli, I think has been the key and very important to develop this artwork. And that is very much about a long-term collaboration where I interact with the production, and that's also how we develop new ideas. So it's like we are together making the process from scratch directly in the material. But here to collect the breath is also to celebrate the knowledge, both of course of glassblowers, but also of people as a humankind in general. So for me it's like the spirit, it's the spirit of a person. I mean, since I work very often within the social space, I include us human and human relations as a part of the artwork. Therefore, I'm also very interested in the functional objects. So maybe in periods I work with this site-specific and long-term art processes, but I always come back to the functional object and also coming back to the object somehow. Sometimes I work with glass in I don't know, in a more abstract way, and then it's like I'm making a loop and then coming back to also embracing functionality. Because it's hard to work as a sculpture material somehow. I mean, now we will see some castings, and now we're making this assemblage with a lot of small pieces, but it's hard to get a bigger scale within the material. The transparent glass, it's perfect for, it's like making the invisible visible, but also it's like a shadow of reality somehow. It's present and absent in the same time. It's there and not there. I mean, I think that's also something that developed during many years, being first in the beginning, when you learn the craft of making glass, it's all about the vessel, and then you repeat that shape. You repeat it, you repeat it, you repeat it for years and years and years, and that also gives a special relationship with the vessel itself, but also with scale, because for me the repetition also gave me a perspective on how to understand a monumental scale through the functional object that is always related to a human scale. To know the material glass also took me to a need of exploring a bigger physical space and a deeper meaning of what is actually meaning of a vessel or a functional object, and what our needs actually are. I wasn't happy with making beautiful vessels. I wanted to, I don't know, make a bigger mess, I guess. When I look at this, I also try to imagine that. I mean, I think have you felt this one? How much are we halfway with this one? Is this the final boxes of tea glasses?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is a work that are collecting the breath of the glass workers here in Denizli, and it's also like improvisation that we are doing together. How to collect this breath as making something together, and also pointing out the idea that we're all the same, and we also belong to each other. So now I'm trying to shorten, make them so they change direction a little bit. So the nipples are actually collecting the form back up again. And now we're trying to assemblage them here in Denizli, and then we will move the work to Pera Museum. A tribute to glassblowers, but also humans in general, actually. That we have to maybe make our own spirits visible somehow, to understand that we belong together and that we can make things better together.
Aklımda kalan. Ama bunun büyük hatta da yaparsa